Carnival Cruise fans, we have big cruise news from the flagship, the Mardi Gras, as Mike Pack is back in the pack. He says, "Give me that microphone. I am the cruise director." We'll talk about that. Plus, an October cruise preview. Which cruise line is selling the most number of passengers in ships, and how does October look compared to previous months in this great cruise restart? And finally, today we have a feel-good story. Don't we all love a feel-good story? As the Grand Princess is back sailing with paying passengers. We have all the details right now on Island Time. A big happy Monday to all you Islanders. Your weekend is over, I know, but cruise news does not stop even on a Monday. This is Island Time, and I am your host, Derek. I'm so glad that you're here. Let's all take a break from reality and spend some time in the islands today. First off, thank you so much to all you Islanders who joined us yesterday as we went live. We had a blast yesterday evening discussing all your upcoming cruises, excursion ideas. All of you had questions about ships and itineraries and which ones to choose. We had all sorts of things to discuss, and we helped each other out. I had a blast, and we will do it again very, very soon. Let's get to the cruise news, and there is great news. For a lot of you, I found out last night, a lot of you Islanders are cruising the Mardi Gras coming up very, very soon. And then this is news that you've waited to hear. Mike Pack is officially back. That's right. So many of you Islanders have cruises booked on the Mardi Gras coming up this fall and this winter, and you've wanted to see Mike Pack back, and he is back indeed. As Saturday, Mike Pack officially took the microphone, and he is now cruise director on the Mardi Gras, sailing from Port Canaveral, and he will be the cruise director for the foreseeable future. You probably know that Mike was named the official cruise director of the inaugural season of the Mardi Gras. He embraced it. He shared all kinds of information with us, but him and his wife, Emma, had a baby just before the Mardi Gras restarted. So he's missed several weeks, a couple of months here of the first sailings, but he is back. And all of you who are cruising the Mardi Gras in the upcoming future, you're going to have a blast. I'm usually not very big on cruise directors, I will admit, but Mike Pack is awesome, and he will make a positive difference on your cruise. So giving Mike and his wife, Emma, you probably know Emma as well. She was a cruise director for a long time with Carnival before she retired, just before the pandemic, actually. Mike had time to spend at home, and the Flying Scotsman, as a lot of you know him as, boy, he can sing. You know it if you've cruised with him. Chris Williams has been on the Mardi Gras since she started back, and he left the ship this weekend. He's going on vacation. He's got family time to spend as well. Mike Pack has been on the ship, actually, for several weeks. He's been prepping to take the microphone. He didn't want to just on board and the next day or 2 days take the microphone and go. He wanted to see how things were running, and so that's what he did. But he is now officially the cruise director. Here is a quote from Mike Pack himself. "Over the last few weeks, I've been training and getting familiar with all things Mardi Gras, and although I was excited before, it doesn't compare to how thrilled I am now to be back with our guest and our amazing crew. I want to thank Chris Williams for his amazing leadership thus far and the incredible reception our guests have had for Mardi Gras, and the ship's entertainment makes this moment that much more special. Let's all get this party started." I hope you enjoyed the picture on the thumbnail of Mike and I. I've known Mike for a long time. He's a great friend of mine. That picture I took actually when the Mardi Gras came into Port Canaveral for the first time ever months ago. We were there to welcome her in. We were there to speak to Mike. He's a great, great guy. Do cruise directors mean anything to you? I want to know that. It's always interesting discussing cruise directors. Who is your favorite cruise director? Not just with Carnival Cruise Line, but do you have one with Royal Caribbean? Do you have one with Norwegian? What do you like? Who is your favorite cruise director, and do they matter? Do you pay attention to them at all? These conversations are always interesting. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. We can interact together most definitely there today and into the evening. let me invite you to, if you're not an Islander yet, hit that subscribe button, become an Islander. We would love to have you as part of our community. Our second story today is the October preview. We are at the end of September. Can you believe it? The end of September. October will start this week, and we have the October cruise preview for you. We try to do this every single month to compare how things are going right now with how they were 30 days ago and sometimes even longer, and what's the big news or what's going to be different in the month of October. And here's what we have for October. Globally, okay, this is globally, over 200 cruise ships are set to operate in October with paying guests aboard. Can you believe that? In this cruise restart, in this environment where we're still in a reality of COVID and cases, testing, it's still an issue a lot of places around the world, but 200 cruise ships are able to cruise at this time. That is awesome. It's proof that protocols work. It's also proof that cruisers are the type of people who will listen to protocols, who will listen to things that are asked of them, and who take care of each other. I always say this, we are a community, and it's because of our community love for each other that we're able to cruise 200 cruise ships in the month of October. That's awesome. North America still stands as the hottest place in the market, hottest place globally that cruising is right now. The most number of cruise ships, the most number of passengers is right here in North America, and we will take that badge. We will take that honor because all of us love to cruise. The 200 cruise ships that are poised to operate in the month of October represent 65 brands. I know sometimes that number is staggering because a lot of times we just cover 8, 10, maybe 12 different cruise lines, but there are 65 brands cruising in October. They have over 200 ships. There's 206 that we have right now on count to be exact, and there are over 350 berths or 350 beds available in service right now. That is an 8% jump for the month of October, 8% jump over September. That is great news. It only shows that the restart is moving in the right direction. Even at a time when demand is going to drop into the fall and winter, demand will drop. We're still entering new cruise ships into the fold, and we have an 8% jump in capacity if that is needed, if the demand is there. Here we go. Who is leading? Who is carrying the most number of guests? I know you want to know. I have this for you here. Royal Caribbean International. Again, they did last month. They are this month. They are again. They have the most capacity in revenue operation with 16 ships. Royal Caribbean with 16 ships and over 60,000 berths or beds available. So Royal Caribbean, number one. Notable restarts for Royal Caribbean for the month of October include the Liberty of the Seas, October the 3rd. That's from Galveston, very close to us. The Spectrum of the Seas from Hong Kong, and the Serenade of the Seas from Tampa. So Royal Caribbean looking to have another big month for the month of October. MSC Cruises, one that it's restarting here in the United States, but they helped us restart globally, and they're doing really well internationally. MSC Cruises comes in second with 13 ships back in the game with paying passengers and just under 50,000 berths. And MSC is followed by, you guessed it, Carnival Cruise Line comes in number 3, who has ramped up things very, very quick. They wanted to have all ships in operation by the end of the year. That's not going to happen just quite. They're going to have a few in the early part of next year. They have 13 ships in service in October. 2 Carnival Cruise Line ships will return to service. The Freedom is going to return, sailing from Miami this month in October, and the Elation will return from Port Canaveral, where the Magic and the Mardi Gras already are. Norwegian, by the way, is number 4 in that list as well. So that's the October preview. It's going to be a great month. I know a lot of us have cruises booked. It's Halloween. Cruise lines over the last several years have really amped up their Halloween game and having parties and contests. It's going to be a blast. We are cruising this month, October the 21st. We are cruising on the Breeze. We're so excited about that. It's a 4-day cruise, and many of you are cruising with us. We hope you have a cruise booked in October. If you do, keep us posted on your cruise and how it goes. And finally today, the feel-good story of the day. Who doesn't like a comeback story, Islanders? All of us do. we have news on the Grand Princess. You remember the Grand Princess from Princess Cruise Line in March of 2020. The coverage, the media coverage of the Grand Princess, because of the number of COVID cases on board, because of the death, she's stuck almost with this stigma, almost like the Carnival Triumph had years ago when she lost power, and a lot of people consider the Triumph, do you remember the poop cruise is what they always say. Of course, the Carnival Triumph is no more. She's been redone, but the Grand Princess is here. She's made a comeback, and it is a feel-good story. Princess Cruises becomes the first cruise line, of course, the Grand Princess, the first cruise ship to service from the port of Los Angeles over the weekend. Princess deployed the Grand Princess on its first revenue cruise with paying passengers since March of 2020. The Grand Princess, she's departed over the weekend from Los Angeles. She's going on a 5-night cruise to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. And here's a statement we have from Jan Swartz of the president of Princess Cruise Line. It is a pride moment for us that Grand Princess is returning to service in our hometown port. Our crew members are eager to welcome back guests on board as we continue resuming operations in the United States. We are grateful to the Port of Los Angeles for their support during the pause and are excited to be working together once again. The Grand Princess having her comeback story, her American comeback story, all of us love to see situations where someone or something has been knocked down, sometimes to no fault of their own, and they're able to pick things up, lift themselves up by their bootstraps, as we've heard before from American president, and move forward being successful. We wish nothing but the best for Princess Cruise Lines, for the Grand Princess, and those guests that are sailing on board today. Among the changes to the Grand Princess, just like other cruise lines, only vaccinated passengers are able to board. The staff are vaccinated as well. Masks are mandatory in common areas, indoors, and they Princess Cruise Line themselves are highlighting the new air filtration system that they've put aboard the Grand Princess. What an awesome story. We love it, and we hope there are many more like it. That is the cruise news today. We hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a big thumbs up. Share this video with your friends and family. We would love for you to do that, and we will see you right here tomorrow on Island Time.